let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, we've got Mike here with me again tonight. Wesley sitting over in the wings there, just waiting on his chance to get in. So we're glad to be here.
That's right.
Yeah, glad to be here. The only bad thing about the situation is, well, I guess I'll tell you what we better do. We better say hello to Dad and to Bill, and I'm pretty sure Bill's tuned in also, and at least I hope he is. And Paul Harrison, old Mike Pennington down in Harriman, you know, and Jeff Parrott, all these guys that watch the show. All you people that watch the show, we're just tickled to death to have you watching, and you know, fishing's fishing. Sometimes you catch them, Mike, sometimes you don't.
That's for sure.
You know, so I didn't get to go Friday night. See, worked Saturday, yeah. I didn't go Saturday night. Wesley the boat was in such a mess. I told him if he didn't get it cleaned up, I wasn't going back.
Mm-hmm.
So he went down there, or he didn't. I emptied everything out of it there Saturday afternoon. So we couldn't go fishing, and then he pressure washed it there Sunday after church, and it's still drying out. So I don't know if he'll get to go tomorrow night or Saturday night either.
He just have to wear his rain suit. He'll be all
Have to
right.
wear his rain suit. Okay.
Well, the decks are dry, it's just a spot.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it needed a good cleaning. You know, it hadn't been washed since last fall, I guess, late summer, and it might have been back in the early spring. Anyway, it was getting pretty bad shape. All the willow flies and everything, you know, you walking on them, they thick as hair on the dog's back.
Mm-hmm.
If you move in the boat, you're crunching them, and so yeah, it needed a good bath for sure. But anyway, we're glad to have you all with us tonight, and Mike's got some film. He went crappie fishing today. So Mike, tell us all about that.
Well, I went to Caney Creek and, got started off a little later than what I wanted to, but anyway, I got a couple of dozen minnows. Thought I'd go down and see what was going on because Tony done so good. And he said 32 foot. But I tell you, I caught crappie from 22 foot to 44 foot.
Yeah.
All different ranges. But the biggest thing was the catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you set that minnow down, it's a catfish grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they was crappie there, but the catfish wouldn't let them get it. I never seen the beat. I'm telling you what, I bet I caught 20 catfish. Beat all I ever seen. All different sizes. I think the biggest one's probably about 3.5, 4 pounds. Caught a few drum, red eye stuff, but 9 crappies the best I could come up with.
Was they all keepers?
Oh yeah, they was all keepers. I had one that was probably 10.5. The rest of them was around 12 or better.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad,
And
Mike.
I had a few small ones. A couple of them I was towed back. Didn't make the measurement, but
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it was a pretty rough day in a way. That wind started coming down the lake, more or less out of the northwest. Then it shifted later on, coming more out of the west. And then the next thing you know, it was an hour later, it was coming out of the south. And I'd say about 2 o'clock, it started coming out of the east. It just went all the way around. Storms, rain kept sprinkling off and on. You can see the heavy rains moving around, but I didn't get drowned or nothing, you know. I got into a few sprinkles, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
But that wind was the worst part.
Well, we had it to move in over at work there about 4 o'clock or so. Lightning alert, and then right about a little 4 or 5, it started raining and still lightning outside. And then I hit from the time I pulled out on the out of the plant there coming home. It was just pouring the rain, and the time I got into Food City at Oliver Springs, wasn't a drop on the road.
That's right.
So it just came right up the valley here, missed my house and part of Oliver Springs there, and that neighborhood wasn't a drop on the road. So, and we could have used a little rain, but it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I've been hearing some fishing reports of people catching some crappie at Watch Bar of a night under the lights, you know.
Yeah.
Not every night, but the ones that fish that way, they pretty well know when to go and when not to. And been catching some, catching them on stripe and some crappie with the lanterns out or fishing lights hung out, over in that 30 foot of water. There's several good places there on Watts Bar to do that, and most of them's pretty productive.
It is.
You know? It's Chuck's my father-in-law. He had a cabin down at what was that, Arrowhead?
No, Eden.
Eden's, yeah, down at Eden's there, and Chuck's, they loved it. They'd go out there and set up on the pontoon there and anchor out and just have a ball, catching them
right.
stripe and crappie, that kind of. But anyway, they're there. They'll bite of a night, get the right setup, get the lights out, get the minnows coming up, and there's a whole lot of minnows in Watch Bar. There's plenty to eat for them, so there's nothing wrong with that. Had me on there one night, and I was kind of on back there on the back of the boat, letting them have their places there, and had a lantern on the offside there from the console, and I had me a treble hook tied on, and bell sinker about 1.5 feet below that treble hook, and I reached out there and snatched up a big old minnow, and got 10-4, and I thought, about 3 or 4 inch minnow, and I dropped him on down there on the bottom, and I picked that weight up on that sinker, and I didn't bet more get the dang weight up off the bottom, and it went boom like that, and I said, "Dadgummit." And it just pulling and carrying on, running up, and I got it coming up, and it's shaking its head, and I thought, what in the world? Wasn't expecting that, and it's about a 4-pound largemouth.
Mm-hmm.
I said, son of a gun. They's all, what are you doing? I said, I don't know what. I said, it's a pretty good sized fish, And anyway, it got it up there, it's about a 4-pound largemouth. And I just picked that hook out of his mouth there, treble hook, throwed him back in the water. What'd you do that for? I said, because, I said, sure, she was there to me more than anybody. I said, you're catching crappie, and I said, that's what you come out here to catch and eat. I said, let that bass go. I said, I might catch him next week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's right.
Anyway, we used to have a ball, sure did. Like I said, they've been having some reports of some pretty good night fishing trips down there. And Mike and I, when we were young, we used to go down there and anchor out there. We called it Bluebell Point. It was right across the lake there from the old
Eagle Lodge.
Eagle Lodge Marina there, or dock, and shucks, man, we'd catch them stripe right there off that rocky point is the sight.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we'd just throw them back, catch them, throw them back, but we had the ball, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's some fishing going on, and we got schools is opening, football's fixing to start, and are starting tonight in a few places, so a lot of things going on. Weather's getting right. I can done tell the temperature's cooled down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Now, it may get back hot again, you know, for a day or two, but it's pretty comfortable today.
At 83 water temperature down there.
83. All right. So anyway, like I said, we want to say hello to all of everybody that's watching, especially Dad and Bill and Paul Harrison there, and you know, the ones that watch pretty regular, and we know you all do. We hope you do. I got a lot. You know, it really feels good when people say, yeah, you know, I watch your show and this, that, and the other. We're sure proud of that. We want to try to inform you of what information we get, you know, about the lakes and the fish and that kind of thing. So keep us all catching fish. That's the whole point of it right there. But anyway, Mike, he didn't go crappie fishing today, and he's up at North last weekend. So he's got some smallmouth film, and that was the Saturday night that you and Jeff went, what? Or Friday night?
Friday night.
Friday night, okay. All right, good deal. Nothing wrong with that. Before we get too far into this, Dylan, what's these pictures you got here you want to show? Brad's nephew, Caden Jenkins. Caught him on Tuesday. Let's see what he's got. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I wish you could zoom in. Looks like he's got a big crappie, what is that, a big stripe and a bass? That's what it looks like, ain't it, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, that's wonderful. That is great, man. Oh, good. I want you to look there, what a bunch of fish. He's been stripe fishing, Mike.
Stripe fishing, too.
He sure has. He's got a daggum bunch of them. Dylan, any other information on where he was at? Gosh almighty. Well, buddy, they had a good time. I guarantee you that. There's some nice ones. They are some nice ones in there, without a doubt. That's wonderful. Congratulations there, Caden. That's a pretty good mess of fish, buddy, for a young fella.
Yes, sir.
Sure is. Wished we knew a little more about that, where he caught those at, and what lake he is on, but he done a good job. He had a bunch of fish, that's for sure. All righty.
Have you heard anything from Glenn? Did you get to talk to him today?
Yeah, I got to talk to Glenn a little bit. He said they're just busy as they can be.
That's good.
I mean, it's just, you know, one thing after another, and working deals and this, that, and the other. I mean, you know, like I've told y'all before, shucks, I've been down there and people from California and Washington State and in the Midwest and down south, and you know, they're just calling and questioning him about things all the time, you know. But they're pretty busy, he said, but you know, not too busy to take care of their customers. And so if you've got something you need to get done, it'd be a good time to get it before it gets cool weather.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All righty. Let's. You want to show your bass fishing film first, or your crappie film? What do you want to show?
See what one of our sponsors there, if they want to show that.
Yeah, we can take a break, Dylan, and then come back to us. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. All right, folks. Yeah, we'll get into, as you can see, there was Tim's Tires, and we appreciate them sponsoring the show along with the other 5 good sponsors we got. We always need another one or two. So if you know anybody that might be interested in advertising with us, we'd sure like to know it so we can talk with them and maybe get them signed up to sponsor us every week and keep the thing moving right along. Mike, one of these days this virus is going to leave us.
Yes, for sure.
And when it does, we need to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, we need to be ready so we can get on the water and catch fish and see what's going on.
Yes,
That kind of thing. But anyway, let's go to your film and see what you got.
all right, yeah. We'll start north.
Okay, show that bass fishing on north there.
Me and Jeff Phillips.
Dylan, Mike, and Jeff.
Ain't left up on them any at all. They're gone.
Kind of like it.
Yeah. They're meaner. I don't know what. They sure don't want you to touch that lip. Yeah, I hope you can see him. You had no reason. He's shaking that head like you wouldn't believe. I got him in the boat, finally. I got him in the boat. He ain't giving up, is he? He didn't get much a whopper, too. Man, that's a good one. Here now. Settle down. I got that lip in. Whew, my goodness. All right. That's a dandy. Real good. 18-incher. My goodness. Back in the water, boy, he's still mean, too. He's trying to tear the boat apart. Get up here. Rascal, you. Oh, yeah. Hold on a minute now. Oh. Yeah. That's nice. They're mean now. All right. Oh, got one here. Well, anyway, that's a start. Had everything in the world going wrong this morning. We finally got situated there. Get out here. Hey, come here. Let's go. I'll get you in the live well. Anyway, we got one. We'll get started out here. Maybe we can catch a few more before it gets too hot. So remember the sponsors, folks. Let's go fishing. All right, folks, I got another one on here. Let's see what we got this time. I got a striper this time. All right, we'll get him off. Okay, I'm telling you what, they close that mouth, they do not want to open it whatsoever. Afraid they won't pull their teeth, I believe. Anyway, get him off here and get another minnow. Get back after him. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's what I thought. Had to be a catfish. Hit too hard. Let's see what this one is. Look like a crappie. There's a daggone catfish, my goodness. All right. Can't catch crappie for the catfish. Oh, the dang. Half a dozen catfish. We'll get after them. See if we can find some more. I'm afraid of what this one is. It's pretty good fish, whatever it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Another cat. Alright, yeah, I got. Yeah. That's a pretty nice one. We'll take that. Maybe we can get another one. At least we hope we can. Anything besides catfish. Alright, come here. That's a nice little crappie. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let's see if we can get another one here. Yeah, laying there high. Good. Maybe we can get a couple more. Let's see what we got here. Oh, these are pretty good. Maybe it's a daggone drum. My goodness. Yeah, that's what I thought, folks. Another catfish. What this one is? Had a crappie last time. Let's see what this one is. Looks like a crappie. No, another catfish, man. It's precious. Okay, folks, let's see. I think I got a crappie this time. Yeah. Do. Nice little crappie. We'll get back and see if we can get another. Got a crappie. I think he's gonna keep. I got a crappie. Good. Good. Let's see how big you are. Yeah, like just a wiggle, but we'll put him back and try another. Right. Yeah, there we go. I got another crappie. Yeah. It's hard to catch a dang crappie with the dang catfish in here biting everything. So. got but a few minutes left. We'll try this a little while longer. See if we can get another. I think I got it. Yeah, that's another. You keep. Oh yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's a little too little. Put him back. Get it getting up. Alright. That's a crappie. It's a nice one. Oh yeah, it's a crappie. And it's a nice one too. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the kind we're looking for. Yeah. Take many of them. Get a frying pan. Let's see what we got here. I hate to say it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's it. That thing is trying to eat that big old minnow. My goodness. He's pretty. Be back here for a little while. Alright folks, it's getting a little bit late in the evening. Got a show to do tonight, so hopefully you see all this on the show. So, we're going to put it on the trailer and we may come back again. Depends on the weather. Not, we'll probably go north and try to catch some smallmouth. Remember the sponsors and let's go fishing.
Okay, we had Mike done pretty good there. We had a phone call from a viewer there a minute ago, said our audio wasn't very good. We kind of checked things out. Dylan, what do you got back there in the studio? We good? Okay. I made sure my mic was on and Mike's is on, so we hope that if there was a problem, and surely there was, or he wouldn't have called, and we appreciate him calling and letting us know. So if you all are not hearing us very well, give us a call over here and we'll do some more adjusting and see if we can get it where there's no problem. That's what we want to be trouble free. But anyway, Mike, give us a little insight there on the Norris Lake. You just didn't have much feeding.
No, I don't know whether the camera didn't work right or something there, but I think we caught 10, but you know, we had a hold of 20 that got away.
Yeah.
I mean, you just set the hook on them and you think, oh, I got that, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 of them just right there beside the boat. They just never did even get them in the boat. But it was a fun trip anyway. Got a lot of strikes and everything. We was fishing several different colors up there, and started out with copper crawl, and then went to that purple and green pumpkin, and Jeff was throwing purple and black, and we just kept swapping around trying to find out if there was something better to be throwing, which we never did really get into anything any better. But anyway, it was a pretty nice night out there. The wind wasn't blowing that bad. Little breeze coming out of a few of the hollers and stuff, but we had a pretty good night. We was tickled with it.
Right.
Most of the fish was 20, 30 foot, that range there.
Mm-hmm.
There that we got to strike. So gonna look forward to going back up there.
Yeah.
And try them out again.
I heard that, Mike. I'm all ready for it myself.
As far as crappie goes, there ain't but one thing to be throwing at, and that's a minnow.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, had 9 of them, and a few that I throwed back. Had a hold of 1 or 2 that I think was crappie that pulled off, and some brush. But mostly just the catfish was aggravating you to death everywhere you went. Like I say, I caught the shallowest one, I think, was about 22 foot, and the deepest one was about 44 foot.
Mm-hmm.
I tried several different depth ranges there and stuff. But just a matter of getting on the right spot.
Right.
Fished a lot of places I never even got a bump off of.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. So
Did you see a lot of bait fish, Mike?
at times you could see them, but one thing for sure, I did not catch a fish back in a holler.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seemed to be right close to that channel,
Right.
and even out in the channel. You know, I went back in several hollers. It was 25, 30 foot deep or something, you know, fishing structure back in there, and never got a bite out of any of it. Take that back, but the catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Catch catfish anywhere you want to go. But yeah, them crappies kind of particular on where they're at right now. And you'd think at some of them deeper hollers, it's 35 foot deep or so, you could find them in that brush and along them creek channels and stuff. But I never got a bite on any of them. It was all out there on the channel.
Well, you didn't see a lot of fish breaks or anything like that?
Every once in a while you'd see I think it's either a big rockfish or them shovelbill catfish or something bust in the water and gone. You know, I never did get to really see any of them, but you'd hear them right close to you and look around and it's done gone. But I didn't see but one school of minnows, and they wasn't that big up on top.
Mm-hmm.
But you could see different depths of minnows, schools of them down there and stuff. So there's plenty of bait fish for them. That's for sure.
Well, some of them boys at work talking about, you know, getting out there early or early in the morning, late in the evening for a couple of hours and running them stripe and catching some bass out of the breaks too, you know.
I didn't see no breaks.
You didn't see no breaks?
No breaks.
Well, dang, that don't sound good.
So,
But you got down there, what, 9, 10 o'clock, come back at 3?
it was probably about 9 when I got in the water, yeah.
Uh-huh, okay. All right. Carl, I hope you're hearing us good. There around your house, they usually a good place to getting them breaks up to Tennessee there, for sure. But anyway, some of them other boys I work with up that way said they've been going out, you know, on the weekend and early morning, late in the afternoon, catching quite a few, really. Not doing too bad. So.
They was having a tournament out of Caney Creek there, and there's a lot of boats. The parking lot was plumb full of vehicles there when I was coming in this evening. So
Right.
I guess they was blasting off somewhere around 6 o'clock or so. Had to wait a while before I could get on the trailer, but they're down there after them, that's for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Mike, there's something else I wanted to ask you about there. You told us, well, here's what it was. We bought a bunch of skirt material a few weeks ago, and got some out of Oregon and some out of California. And the copper crawl was out in California, and then the gold and the watermelon. I don't know. We had about 8 or 9 different colors there. I think we bought, and just kind of mix up and tie up a few of our own colors, in this jig business, and what we've been fishing with up at Norris. And one of the colors that was actually, Mike picked these up over in Knoxville at the Sportsman Show several years ago. And we didn't think, he had 6 of them. And shucks far now, I wish we had 106. It's, it is just, them dang fish, they, up there on that lake, especially clear water, they change. You'd be catching them on one thing, and the next thing you know, you couldn't beg a bite on it.
No.
And
No.
that green and purple was a hot item here back in this last moon. It was it was the killer. And now 3-4 years ago, that daggum copper crawl and orange was, buddy, a killer.
Yeah.
And we've caught a few fish on that so far this summer, but they really didn't want to get it, and but they do. They get, I don't know how they recognize the least subtle little thing in that color up there on Loris. It's unreal. And you'll be killing them on one bait one time, and you can't get a bite on it the next.
Yep. That black with that watermelon.
Black with watermelon was just a killer. And now you can't hardly buy a bite on it. You think you're on a different lake. You're throwing that thing, throwing it, and can't get a bite. And do something, get something a little different, and then there'll be one grab it, just in a cast or two. So it's a bad deal. And I'm gonna tell you something. Next year, Lord willing, we get an opportunity to be here, and we're gonna make a trip or two to watch Bar of a Night. We used to do pretty dang good down there, and just plumb quit it. Just quit going to watch Bar. And
used to have pretty good trips over on lower end of Loudon and below the dam at Loudon.
Yeah, sure did. There ain't no two ways about it. We used to, go right there on Loudon and fish from the dam up to the sailboat club up there and have a ball. You catch some fish, and some pretty good fish at times. And then there below the dam there at Fort Loudon, we put in and go down the river, and just, throw that little old peanut jig around, and there was plenty of smallmouth in that river at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe they're still there. We just quit fishing. And the reason for fishing them at night is because of the heat. Hot in the daytime, and no boat traffic hardly.
Yeah, that and they didn't usually don't generate as bad at night as what they do during the day.
Yeah. So you know, but anyway, we've got a lot of fishing left to do on Norris, and I was talking to a guy that worked there the first of the week, and he was talking about how late he'd fished up there, and I said, hey, buddy, let me tell you, if it's not below 40 degrees at Thanksgiving, we'll be there.
That's right.
And if it's not below 40 degrees at Christmas, we'll be there.
Yeah.
I said, I mean, you know, we're not on Christmas night or nothing like that, but during that time period, if it's what gets you, the fish don't know any better. I mean, you know, hey, they, you know, if it's blowing snow, it wouldn't make any difference to them. But what it is, when you get that boat frosted over, you're subject to hitting the water.
Yes, for sure.
And I don't want to be in that 45 degree water trying to get back in the boat. Huh? It's not funny, no. You know, three years ago when Wesley fell out of the boat down there on me in Big Emery, well, it was about 44 degrees, and it was, you know, and that's the way it is. It takes your breath. I mean, you know, so, yeah. But anyway, if we've been up there in late in the year and at night and had some pretty good trips.
That's for sure.
I mean, the dang fish, they pull back up shallow, and if they're not up there shallow, they're in there in 20 foot of water, and when they bite, you don't have to worry about it. So we just play it by ear and see what happens, you know. And when you know you get home from work and it's already dark, it don't matter what time you get on the water, it's still dark. You know, so I mean, you know, we've tried it pretty much about every bit of it, but we've had some good fishing trips later on in the year. I mean, just you know, just catching a lot of fish. And, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we can get on the water this weekend and get on some fish. Mike, anything else you want to tell us about the trip?
No, I pretty much covered everything I needed to cover on that, but, you know, just watch the weather is the biggest thing. Them storms, like I say.
Did it storm on you on Saturday night, or just went all the way around? What's the deal?
Went around us.
Split and went around. Yeah. So, anyway, that sounds good. We got the Zach's rustic flags and wood carving here again, wood crafts. And as you can see, we got us a nice flag here behind us, and that's what the gentleman does, is make these flags. And so you all seen the number up there on the screen. If you're interested in a flag, he's got one for firemen, cops, paramedics, veterans, American traditional, and Gaston flag. Don't tread on me. That's so anyway, give the gentleman a nurse flags with different stencils, and also some crosses. So give the gentleman a call, and if you're interested in an American flag of any flag of any sort, what he's got listed, get you know, he's got Facebook. He's on Facebook, so you can probably look at what he's got. Do give him a call, and like I said, he does a nice job. So, yeah, I'm sure he'd appreciate your business. All righty. Dylan, take us to a break there. IUOE. Boys, I need my little... let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David, I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful Bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlock trolling motors that I'm gonna try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
Got
is.
the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
oh, there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man, dadgummit,
so we
Glenn.
got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
this is Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the, you can get this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. It's got a TV screen in the front, Glenn.
Yeah. And then you raise it up, it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think.
Uh-huh.
And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the Bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's
Yes,
yellow
sir.
and white, one's yellow and black.
Yes.
This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe River Lake, and it should be coming out pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And of course, it has the E-pad, it has a spot lock.
Uh-huh.
I call it Ultrex.
Right.
Now this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck wheel console.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and
It's one of my favorites.
it's a beautiful boat.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
Uh-huh. 300R, man.
But we can mix and match any engine combination just about you want.
Yeah.
Some people want 300, some want 200, some want 250s.
Yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300, you say.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Got a veranda pontoon boat here. Man, that thing is beautiful.
And I guess over here we get a close-up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got plywood bottom. It's got what we call a cooling slot. It's all aluminum. It never soak up any moisture or water.
Yeah.
And probably last no reason why it wouldn't last a lifetime or two, you know.
Yep.
And we can get up in it and.
Okay. We're back. Okay, Mike. good to see those boats there at Reynolds Racing in the rain, and appreciate the sponsorship of IUOE on the show for sure. I'll tell you, I got a guy at work. His daughter is working on us an emblem, put in the back window of your truck or your car. I've got 2 demos. I should have brought them to the show tonight, but I forgot them. I'll have them definitely next week. It's just going to say, let's go fishing, kind of in an arch shape, and then have a fishing under the middle of it, and you put it in your back window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, been wanting that for quite a while, and I just happened to, he was telling me about his daughter making these things, and I said, well, so I just kind of give him an idea of what I was thinking about, and the next 2 or 3 days later, or the day before yesterday, he came in carrying them at work there and said, here, look, he's over. And I said, man, so I said, I need it just a little bit bigger. So he's supposed to be working on it, and once we get it where we think we need it, we're going to, we talked about the colors, white ones, pink ones for the ladies, a red, a silver, kind of to match your truck color or whatever, your boat color, either way. But hopefully we'll have those things available here before too long.
It'd be good.
Yeah, and that's like I said, it'd be an emblem to put in the back window of your truck or back window of your car or whatever, SUV, and didn't want them so big that they'd make a blind spot in your window, but put it there somewhere kind of to the side where you can, but do want to get them out and get people, get them for the viewers.
That's right.
Make them available. So anyway, we'll be glad to, I will bring those over next week. Hopefully the next week I'll have the final product of what we agreed, what we're looking for, hopefully. And I expect him to have one in the morning for me to look at and go from there. So hopefully we'll have something to bring over next week to the show. I think they'll come in, they'll do real good. I think people like to have them, like to have one on their vehicle. And Wesley says he wants one, so Mike, he might get one. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess you want a red one, don't you, Mike?
I don't know. I got one on the side of my truck now.
Yeah, well, you need one to
Wind-
well,
back
this way the
window, yeah.
people behind you can see
Yeah.
something in the window, But yeah, we'll see how this works out. Try to get these things available here as soon as possible. Let's see, Mike. Anything else?
Yeah, I want to remind people to go ahead and take their props off their trolling motors and check for line, and same way you prop on your big motor and check it out for line, because there's a lot of people having problems out of line getting around their eating their seals out and stuff. And, so it's a good time to do that
Yeah.
before you have trouble.
I agree with you. Well, shoot, I think it was summer before last or something like that. I got up to Bill's house and backed the boat in there to his garage and got out and started loading stuff in the boat, and I just happened to look down at the prop, and I said, Dad, come. Well, I had a little piece of fishing line sticking out, 8 or 10 inches long, and I thought, man, I went to trying to get it out and turn the prop backwards, and I couldn't get it out there. And I said, Bill, we're going to take that prop off. He said, Buddy, that ain't coming out, is it? I said, no. And he went and got his wrench there and pulled that prop off there, and Buddy, it had a whole bunch. Where I got into that at, I'll never know.
No.
But it was all wrapped around it, and it hadn't cut the seal out. But if I'd have kept it, I hadn't just caught it in time.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of them deals. Just like I said, went back there and grabbed his rods up and stuff and started toward the boat with it, and just happened to look down and seen that fishing line sticking out from behind that blade. Now, we got things loaded up and got his reins and pulled that prop off and got it all out there. There's about 20 foot of it.
Yep.
Wrapped up around that shaft, you know.
I had to have my trolling motor redone because it got full of water there. Got line around it, cut the seal out of it.
Yeah. And, you know, 90 out of 100 times, it's not your fishing line that's wrapped around it. It's somebody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, Swafford done a good job on that trolling motor, fixing that before we had to take it all apart and dry everything out and put new brushes in it and new seals and everything. Fix it back like a brand new one.
Yeah. He does good work, Mike. There's no doubt about that. I've had mine to him twice. So he does good work. Sure does. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, and we'll leave y'all watching the final commercial on the show. Do remember to be safe out on the water. You know, keep your life jackets on where you need it, and you know, make sure you put those things out in plain view, or at least inform everybody on the boat. And if you've got small kids, they're supposed to have them on. Mm-hmm. They can't be, you know, they've got to have them on. 12 and under, you've got to have them on. That's the law. So do make sure you do that, and then you know, the game warden pulled me over one day up at Douglas, and was practicing for a tournament on the weekend. The weekend before, I was up there practicing, and the lake was covered up with boats, people running everywhere, and we passed him and pulled in, you know, about a mile up the lake there, pulled in on a place. Well, he pulled over there to us. He said, "Hey," he said, "I know you probably got the life jackets, but I want to see them." I said, "All right." And I thought he wanted to check her fishing license, but no, he had that on his mind, and he said, "I want to see your life jackets." And I said, "Okay." I popped the lid open, threw them out there on the deck, and he said, "Now, don't lock them back up. Leave them out here where you can get to them if you need them." He said, "I can't make you wear them. I mean, ask you to, but said you at least need to keep them out, you know, keep them out in view." And he was right. And so anymore, if I'm not wearing mine, I stick it on the seat, you know, in the seat, and go on with it. But do that with your life jackets, because if they're locked up in the boat, you don't have a chance of getting one. God bless y'all. See you next week, and do be careful. Hey folks, here at Edgemore Outdoors, we're going to run inside and shoot some film. Don't forget Edgemore Outdoors over here on Edgemore Road. Hey folks, we're in here at Edgemore Outdoors. Man, the place has been packed with people. The reason being because this is the best sporting goods store this side of the Mississippi River. So if you want to get in here and get you something, you better come by. See Jim and Vance and Jeannie here at Edgemore Outdoors. They've got everything you might need to fish with, whether it be
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. in the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old